Your disapproving looks are not appreciated. And it's because every time I go to start to start the podcast, I like to just kind of hover over the record button. Like, when
am I going to catch her doing something dumb?
And well, all the time. But the thing is, I don't think I did catch you doing anything dumb today, which means that right out the gate, this episode is a colossal failure. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, a podcast where a brother catches his sister doing dumb things most of the time, just not today.
False.
No, it felt, I was worried that the stuff was in the wrong ears, but it's in the right ears. Yeah. Technically it was in my left ear, but now it's in both ears. So that's good. That's some good color to start off the podcast. Some little inside convo for y'alls. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
There we go.
Listen, I did it without being told.
You did it. And I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Hi guys. My voice sounds a little bit better this week.
A little bit better.
Slightly.
It's almost back to its previous shrill terribleness.
Actually, no. I got that chest voice going on.
I got that churst voice. You sound like Phoebe Buffay singing about Smelly Cat.
Smelly Cat.
Smelly Cat.
I thought you weren't a Friends fan.
I
know you do.
Hate Friends. But I know enough about it to get by in a room full of Friends fans, which Frenzies, which most of them these days are youths. Children's.
They don't know.
Churns can't like ferns.
I'll tell you what I did. When I was 15 and a half, maybe 16.
Well, the and a half works at 15 because that's when you can get your learner's permit.
You can get your learner's permit.
Yeah.
But I remember going in, it was right after this show started. Have I ever been a big Friends fan? No, I have not.
No.
But again, I know enough about it, and I was exposed to it at 15 and a half, the ripe age of 15 and a half. And I went into my hair person and I said, I'd like the Rachel.
Give me the Raquel.
Give me the Raquel.
Let me get it.
And I came out looking like Raquel Welch. And I said, wrong Raquel.
Wrong Raquel, lady. Don't you watch Amigos on Telemundo? Hey, I want the haircut of a lady whose only accomplishment in life so far is to work at the coffee shop and be pretty. That's what I want. Put me on the cover of Rolling Stone. You know, when I was 15 and a half, I was not a big fan of Friends. And now that I'm 40 and 12th, I am definitely not a fan of Friends.
And you know what? No shade to those of you Friendsies out there.
I'll shade.
Okay.
I'll shade.
I won't.
I'll
I'm
tell
the warm-hearted.
Do you know what I'll do?
What?
I will sit and I will stone face stare you square in your eyeballs. If someone goes, so no one told you that one gonna be this way. I won't do it. Nope, I won't do it. I will stare you in the face and not clap that part.
Shame you with my eyes.
The only song the Rembrandts will ever be remembered for, the Remembrandts, and I won't do it. I won't do the clap along.
They're no friends to me.
Yeah, got them.
Get it?
Roasted them good.
So many people have inquired after my health this week, guys. Thank you. I really did receive a lot of texts and DMs.
You know, I didn't get asked about my health even the once.
Well, you were fine last week, but guess what?
What?
You got a little something this week.
I got the crud.
Don't you?
I woke up with the crud and
I'm already over it.
I am because
I'm cured.
Here the thing is, guys, listen, when you're strong and powerful, but not just of body but of mind, as I am, what I do is I stand up and I look my sickness square in the face and I say, be gone. Be gone from here, phlegm wads.
I rebuke
you, illness. I don't believe you have no power
You
here.
have no power here.
No, I woke up this morning feeling a bit under the weather, and my voice sounded. Imagine how bad your voice sounded last week.
Okay,
let's knock that up about 50%. And I sounded gross, and all I could think was, I did make a lot of fun of Ashley on the podcast last week for how she sounded. So
Deserve it.
These boogers are coming home to roost. Is what I thought. But guys, I got over it because again, strong of mind and body.
I believed it,
Body
and it was
mind.
gone.
I burned some Palo Santo. And
Have you switched from Nag Champa?
well, I still have Nag Champa. I find that Palo Santo is a milder aroma.
Okay.
Has very, very many spiritual healing qualities.
Sure. Just been breathing in
Just walk
smoke
around
all
and I
morning.
sage this business, and but
Yes.
we'll be
Worked.
gone. Be gone, sickness.
I got to tell you, though, I was worried. First of all, I texted you on
Which,
Saturday.
by the way, shout out Michael Trepanier. He's the one that turned me on to the Palo Santo. He's been referenced, and we're only in the 5th minute of the pod.
He's a shaman.
He's a shaman. Shaman. Hey,
He's
hey,
a sound shaman.
hey. What do you say? What do you say when a person tries to hand you like a piece of paper on the street?
I don't know.
Bro, sure. You know?
Wah,
Yeah.
wah, wah, wah.
I don't know if that's the right sound for that joke. I think the right sound for that joke is D.
Sweet D.
Bro, sure.
Bro, sure.
Sure, bro.
Sure, bro.
Bro, sure.
Sure, I'll take one.
Sure, comma, bro.
But I gotta tell you, I was real worried about you because I heard from Crindy that you were V under the weather.
Yeah, because anytime, well, okay, so
She's your mother.
she is,
This
and
is her job.
also is yours. But here's the thing that one thing that I know for sure, bro, sure, is that if mom finds out a bit of information from me, by the time it finds its way to you, that the house has burned to the ground.
That's
Brandon
not
is
true.
at death's door.
She is your mother and she worries about your health. And here's what I'm going to say. There's a good element to this because Crindy's chicken soup,
Solid,
magical.
magical.
And you want her to know that you're under the weather.
Sometimes
because
I-
she'll show up on the porch with a pot of it.
She will. Sometimes I just be pretending that I'm sick.
And that's when I hear from her, Brandon is not
Brandon
doing
is
well. I had to
very
take
sick.
him 3 pots of soup this week.
did.
And I'll say, Crindy, I saw him at the gym. He's fine.
Listen, 101 pounds right over his head. What I like to
He's
say,
fine. He's
is
playing ya,
every
Crindy.
time mom comes by the house with a pot of soup and she asks me how I do, I'm just say, hey, the results are inconclusive. They're not back yet. The results aren't back yet. So I don't really measure things in like days. So it's like I'm like 4 soups away from finding out how sick I actually am.
I'm gonna need you to keep bringing them.
Cuatro sopas. I need
Sopas.
necesito más sopa.
Por favor.
Por favor, Crindy Madre.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
But I'm glad you're feeling better.
Listen,
glad you're
I-
able to record today.
well, listen, the show must go on.
It must.
It simply must. And the fact
We're
that
nothing if not consistent.
We are nothing. But we are
We're consistently nothing.
we are. Welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, everybody, where we are consistently nothing.
Wah, 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 wah.
Ding.
Okay, so what you been up to this week or weekend?
Well, aside from rising above adversity and casting my sickness out,
Which
from
stands alone as quite an accomplishment.
listen, sometimes you just got to buckle down. It's just, listen, you get one body, you get one bod. This is a vessel,
It's a temple.
and it's a temple, and it's fueled by soup, and but no, this week it's actually the past 2 days. I'm not okay. When you came in, I was getting a little spicy.
You were on the phone.
I was on the telephone and I was getting a little spicy
I
because
heard it.
because I've been guys, I'm a very patient man. Aside from being very physically and mentally strong, I'm very patient and I'm also very kind and understanding. And the thing is, when you go into an Apple store,
Yeah.
let me backtrack.
Hate an Apple store. Said it.
I liked one before 2 days ago, and I'll find my way back to liking one again.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to backtrack.
Sure.
8, 9, 17 minutes on this, and then
Particular
we'll get
topic.
back to the Apple store. Occasionally, your husband Jeff and
He's great.
our dear friend Levi,
Dear
we get together and we have a couple of beers in Levi's hot tub, and we call it Suds with Buds.
Yes.
And we just get there and we just brew up a pot of dude soup and we just sit there just chopping it up, talking life.
Can I tell you, it is one of Jeff Engle's favorite days of the year.
Suds with buds.
Do you know what? He wanted to make t-shirts this year.
Yeah.
He wanted to make t-shirts.
And you know what I would say? I'd say, hey, Jeff, that t-shirt looks good on you. You look even better on the ground by this hot tub. Get in here, Daddy. Get in here.
But you do it when it's cold outside.
We do. It's wonderful.
Because hot tubbing in the cold is great.
It's wonderful. And when
the
it's
only way to do it.
when you're sharing suds with buds and you're floating in the bubs. And so I was there and I set my cell phone on the side of the hot tub.
Oh no.
Thank you for just paying lip service to that. That was just okay.
I honestly didn't know this story.
That was like that. You just said, "Oh no!" How studio audiences applause when the applause sign comes on. It's like, well, I guess I gotta. Oh no! You said, "Oh no!" Like the crowd reacts whenever Zach kisses Kelly. Woo! Or whenever there's like a deep moment between Danny Tanner and Michelle, and he says, "Good night, Michelle," and everyone goes, "Ah." Anyways, my phone got wet.
Oh no!
So, God, that would have been a great slide whistle moment. Brandon, dropping the ball, dropping your phone. But anyways,
Good grief.
I got a little too suds with my buds. It bubbled over the side, and it got just a little bit got on my phone, just a smidge,
Just enough.
And
to
my phone
wreck
was
it.
already having a hard time holding a charge, but now it's having a hard time even taking one. Sure. Luckily, it'll take a charge on one of those little wireless guys, but the charger port were shot. Anyways, went into the Apple store. Long story short, I spent 7.5 hours in the Apple store over the course of 2 separate days.
Ugh, my absolute nightmare.
I had to start. Now, let me also say that these Apple geniuses, very helpful,
And
very kind and very sweet.
It's not that I haven't had good experiences with the geniuses.
They're geniuses after all.
They're great.
Yeah.
I just hate being in there.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's very intense, and
Sparse.
And I must have been thrown off some very serious vibes because the resident police that meanders around was eagle-eyeing me the whole time.
I thought you were going to say that that wasn't a good story. I
No,
thought you were
I'm
going to
not
say
done.
they approached you.
I'm not done.
Were you put in mall jail?
Yes, I was. I was with all the other malcontents, holiday malcontents.
For verbally assaulting a genius.
Yeah, it was almost too much. No, I was very nice. I was
We're
actually
putting fake news
I
out
was
there.
told by a genius yesterday that I had the patience of a saint and she would have lost her mind by now. So that's great. So
Okay,
aside
pick
from
it
being
back up.
mentally strong, physically strong, patient,
Okay.
kind, Palo Santo, be gone, negativity. But listen, so I was up there for 8 hours. Long story short, they processed my thing, they did the whole thing, and then my number just went into space and floated around for an entire day. I just was phoneless, and I didn't realize how reliant I was on the phone.
Yeah.
But I was without, so I had to then go to an AT&T, reactivate my current phone. It's been a whole thing. So I get back here today only to find out that they've put the payment on the wrong account. It's gone. It's like all the things. So I got a little spicy, needed to
But
get
you
my
held it
refund.
together.
I did. I was patient. I channeled it. Be gone. And so you walked in, and I was coming down. I was coming off one of those like I know what Mike Tyson feels like after coming out of the ring.
Sure.
Right? What Celine feels like when she comes down from stage, because you give so much.
You give
and it's
so
not,
much.
and it's not like that I didn't get anything back.
But you've got it sorted out.
I did. I processed a
Apparently.
refund. Yes and no. I got the refund processed. All the accounts are squared away, but I still have my wet phone.
Is it not time for an upgrade?
Can
you upgrade it? Can you?
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
And
Just the holidays.
the way the
man.
system, yeah, listen, and it's hard to make your first phone call from mall jail when you don't have a cell phone.
Grindy, I'm going to need you to bail me out. Also, more soup.
Grindy, I need you to bail me out. Bring me soup. Also, would you mind taking my photo on Santa Claus's lap? Because he's just right there. He's just right there.
Just you looking all...
I'll tell you what, grown man sitting on Santa Claus's lap is a one-way ticket to mall jail. And I know from experience,
Oh my gosh, Brandon. Well, I'm glad you got it sorted out. I hate that kind of thing. I would rather do anything than spend my time in two places, in the Apple store and on the phone with the phone company.
And those
Worst.
are the places that I've been.
Ugh, disaster. So that's all you've been up to?
I mean, there's only so many hours in a day.
It's true. Well, it's been a super busy week for us. We laid low for the first part of the week because I wasn't feeling well, and neither was Hope. Little girl got it too, which was a bummer. But we've been doing, Christmas things for the season at work. I work at a church for those of you just joining us.
Hey guys, she works at a church.
On Thursday, we decorated for Christmas, and I was reminded by our music sponsor, Maddie T,
Maddie T,
who knows so much about music and albums. Are you familiar with the Leslie Odom Jr.
Yes,
Christmas album?
it's very good.
It is very good.
And it's right up Maddie T's alley.
Totally. It's so fantastic. And I was reminded of that because he was playing it while we were decorating. There are a couple songs on there. His version of Old Lang Syne. And also there's a song called Heaven and Earth. Hello.
Do you know my favorite song by Leslie Odom Jr.?
Aaron Burr stuff.
Nationwide is on your side.
Do you love Aaron Burr stuff?
No, the thing about it is
he's great.
Leslie Odom Jr. When you said Nationwide is on your side, it got me right here.
Sponsor us, Leslie Odom Jr.
Sponsor us Nationwide. Come on, be on our side. Don't masquerade like you're on our side if you aren't.
So we got to do a cool thing on last Thursday night. Jeff's parents, so dear, got us tickets to see Elf at the McKnight Center in Stillwater on
like
campus.
a stage performance of the movie Elf.
So it wasn't like Elf the musical, which I think is a thing. It was the movie.
Shrek is a musical. Have you seen it?
Right?
It's not good.
I can only imagine.
Ben's never seen it, but he makes fun of it like he has, and it's bad. And I don't know where he's getting it from. He probably heard someone bagging on it, and he's like, I'm gonna be all over this Shrek the musical mockery.
Sponsor us, Shrek the musical.
Sponsor us, donkey.
And so they got us tickets to see Shrek. What?
To see Shrek the musical.
To see Elf. Which, so they play the movie and they have subtitles. And then the Tulsa Symphony played the score, which was really cool.
That's super fun.
Live music. So you have, the stage is full of musicians and then the big screen is down. You see the movie.
That's fun.
I'm going to tell you what, though.
Tell me what, though.
So the evening was going swimmingly. We went to dinner before. And
where'd you go?
They took us to dinner.
Sizzler?
No, they took us to dinner at the country club,
there you go.
Which is quite the juxtaposition.
It's just adult Sizzler is all it is.
No, it was lovely.
Classy
Absolutely lovely. What do you remember? We used to get treated to Sunday brunch at the club.
Sunday brunch.
What do you remember? Was there a particular food item?
The thing I remember the most was in the locker room. There was always free popcorn.
Listen,
your
memories are all food based.
Do you know what? Well, you asked about food just now.
But I'm saying, like at the country club, because you ran up a real bill.
I feel like this has been blown out of whack.
It's family lore.
It's family lore. Just hey, listen. What's the difference? 1 Crunch bar, 17 Crunch bars.
I'm treating my friends. Put it on my tab. Brandon would go to the pool.
32 ounces of Dr. Pepper is simply not enough.
He would go to the pool on a summer's day and treat everybody to a Snickers and a DP.
I would buy my friends and then roast on the deck. I just lay out there like an old man with my gold chains on, just basted in oils and eating Crunch bars.
Just candy bars. I will say,
hey guys, who wants to be my best friend? Who likes chocolate?
Dad got a bill one time for like $150.
Dude, listen.
Snickers.
Dude, those are early 90s dollars too.
Oh yeah.
Like I'll tell you that honestly, that's like a full Bitcoin worth of Crunch bars today.
Totally.
It's a whole mess of monies. But here's the thing. Free popcorn.
In the locker room.
God forbid if the popcorn had cost money, because we would have run up a whole kettle full It would have been for real. But
That only happened a couple times.
What I love-
before Harry B got wise
what I
and
love,
put us
though,
and put the kibosh on that.
is in the locker room though, musty, grody,
Oof.
and then it's like,
Damp popcorn
yeah, it's why does this popcorn taste like cumin?
and
There's
chlorine.
no cumin on this popcorn.
Taco
It's
Tuesday.
been seasoned with human.
Ew.
Just old dudes after playing 18.
Who
not
was
wanting
there
to
a
go
popcorn
home.
machine in there?
Yes,
Just
it was
showed
a
up?
popcorn. No, it didn't. I mean, I'm sure it was plopped in there by somebody, generously donated by someone.
That wasn't in the women's locker room.
Well, that's because women hate popcorn.
Okay, everybody knows that.
Did you not know that women are inherently allergic to popcorn?
So we've gone down a rabbit trail here. I will say, speaking of buying friends, when we first moved to Stillwater,
It's an awesome segue.
speaking of buying friends, when we first moved to Stillwater, it was the summertime and we had no friends. We've said this on the podcast before. Not a one.
And you know what?
we only had each other.
And now that
that's why we're here today.
It's true. And now that we're 40 and a 12th and 48 and a half, we still have no friends to our name.
No friend. That's why
No
we have
friends.
to do this and record it.
What we
to
do is
make people think we do.
I like to record this podcast and then I listen to us and it makes me feel like I have two friends and me instead of just the two of us. It's three people now.
And producer, he's over here. I think he's desperately trying not to get sick with all the germs floating around.
I think that there is no way his productivity could drop no matter how sick he got at this point.
That's not true. Okay, I'm circling back. Okay, so we go to the country club for dinner, and it was lovely. It was all decorated for Christmas. I sat before a roaring fire, and I ate pecan-crusted chicken breast, and it was delight.
That sounds wonderful.
Right?
It's very Yuletide season's greetings.
Yeah, it was great. And so then we go to see Elf.
The musical. Sort of.
Elf at the McKnight Center, which is a world-class facility on OSU's campus now, Performing Arts Center.
Yes.
You go in there and you're like, am I in New York?
Is that what you do?
Yes.
You do that? You walk in and you do that?
I yell it at the
You
top
yell
of
it?
my lungs.
New York!
Wait, I'm on campus at Oklahoma State.
Meet me at the Sizzler.
So we go in there and it's so great. We're all so excited. We're checking out the musicians, all the things. So the movie starts and I'm going to tell you what. There was a gent behind me with his lady friend. And when I tell this, I'm going to want you to guess their ages.
Okay.
Cuz you'll be wrong.
Okay.
This guy talked the whole time.
Yeah, he did.
Top volume.
Yeah.
Top volume. Which you're going to experience that at a movie theater.
Sure.
But when you're watching a symphony,
Yeah, no.
You don't expect it.
This is not Snakes on a Plane.
it's not.
This is
Elf.
This is Elf. I only say that because one of my favorite movie experiences of all time was seeing Snakes on a Plane on opening night at the Carmike Theater in Stillwater. People wearing T-shirts.
Raucous.
It was like a raucous concert. People wearing T-shirts they made at home, throwing handfuls of rubber snakes into the crowd. When
Yes.
Sam L. Jackson delivered his big line that has a swear cuss in it, the place, you would have thought that someone just literally hit a home run to win the World Series. The place went bonkers. And then I have since watched it just on the television. It's not a very good movie. It's
Lackluster.
not a very good movie.
Oh, really? You
It's
don't
not.
say. So, okay. And speaking of people throwing live, not live, rubber snakes on the thing.
This guy was doing that at Elf.
This guy was throwing handfuls of spaghetti coated in syrup.
That's
raining down upon me the whole time. No, but this guy talked the whole time.
no. This is
full volume.
This is spaghetti from home. I brought this spaghetti from home.
That's right. But let me tell you some of the things that he said.
Oh, can't wait.
Okay, because I was taking notes. Absolutely taking notes, and I just came unplugged.
Gosh.
So I'm going to plug
Could
in.
you do me a favor and take notes on how to keep the cord in your headphones? Although, listen, you're on a pretty decent run with not coming unplugged the last few episodes.
I have a new
It's because
system.
last week you were so lethargic you couldn't move enough to unplug them. This week
I became the couch
you're a little
last week.
you're a little more spry.
Okay, so so the lights come down. We're starting the overture, right? The
Oh.
credits are rolling.
You got to pay attention to the overture, otherwise you won't recognize the musical themes when they pop up the rest of the time.
That's exactly right.
Overture, ma ma ma, na, na, na. I don't know the words. Oh, what highs will hit, on with the show, this is it.
Okay, thank you. So immediately the lights go down, the thing starts. His lady friend turns on her iPhone flashlight.
Sure.
They're so bright.
Was she holding up and waving it like she was like at a Coldplay concert?
She was trying to read the program.
Oh.
But it was shining. It was so bright. And
How bright was it?
Okay. And he goes, you can't do that. Just like that, this volume. You can't do that.
He's right, though.
And she goes, I can't. And that's how we started.
Sure.
So I knew it was going to be great.
Sure.
So there were lots of, I wish I had a nickel for every time he yelled, that's what I'm talking about.
No.
Oh my gosh, Brandon.
Like just to, as a reaction to what was happening in the film?
Totally. Then he would say, you know the part where Will Ferrell kisses Zoe Deschanel, but anybody misses?
Yeah.
Or she goes,
She says you missed. Yeah.
And he,
Which if a dude said that line to a girl, everyone would go, ew, sick.
but he goes, yeah, you missed. And then when they kissed for reals, he was like, yeah.
You know they can't hear you, bub.
But everyone else can.
Gosh, man, one of my least favorite sayings is that's what I'm talking about. Because it's
At
like,
least 5.
are you? Are you quite literally talking about that right now? Mm-mm. And then also the same person will say, that's what's up. Is that what's up?
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That's what my son says.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Cool,
That's
cool,
what's up.
cool.
So then there was one time, I can't even remember what Will Ferrell did. It might have been when he was making the paschetti with all the stuff. And he goes, well, that's Will Ferrell for you.
Did he really?
Brandon.
Who is this person?
I don't know. So then,
I can't wait for you to be like, and that man was our father. And that is the big twist.
that was a big twist. So then there was one time where, is it James Caan?
It is.
James Caan, plays the
It
dad.
was.
Oh, he passed.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But the world still has Scott Caan, his son.
This is true.
It's
I
not
didn't realize.
It's not an adequate replacement. That's like saying John Belushi's gone, but we've still got Jim Belushi. Like, I'll trade you a James Caan for a Scott Caan any day of the week. Sorry, Scott. I know you're a big time listener and a dear friend of the pod.
Sponsor a Scott Caan.
Sponsor a Scott Caan from what's that one movie? Starring Scott Caan.
That's the one.
Yep.
Featuring Scott Caan.
The Scott Caan story.
So he did something like, he's just hateful up to the nun.
He's being Sonny Corleone.
Totally. When the nun's like, but the children love the books.
That's pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And he goes, James Caan, what a Scrooge. And just like waited.
This dude had to have been a plant by like the venue.
Oh, totally. But you're going to love this part. Love/hate. So
I do love to hate a thing.
I know.
I really like to be bothered.
Guys, for those of you who don't know, Brandon has a bit of an obsession with the one Mary Steenburgen.
Oh,
the Burge.
Unless you want this to be an entire episode about Mary Steenburgen, you're not going to want to go down that path.
You don't want to open. So I thought of you because she came on the screen for the first time, and the lady friend of the fella behind us was like, who's that? What's that? Oh, that's that lady from... What's it? Hey, what's she from? What is she? And I wanted to turn around and go, that is Mary Steenburgen.
That is Mary Steenburgen. How dare you during the holiday
dare
season? That is quite literally the Virgin Mary. She is she is such an important part of the holiday season. You good?
I did not expect that. That got me real good.
Listen. Mary Steenburgen is...
A gift.
A gift. She's a treasure.
National treasure.
She's a global treasure. She's a universal
Please
treasure.
tell the people about how she retweeted you.
She retweeted Jeff.
Oh, she retweeted my husband.
Yeah, and that was after I
and you know what? I'm okay with it.
I mean, if you weren't, then you would have to go to an insane asylum.
Oh,
What is
good
that
one.
burn?
You got me real good.
No, what happened is that he he like followed up on me.
Yes, because it was National Mary Steenburgen Day.
No, it's every year I have a reminder set in my phone to reach out and wish her a happy Burge Day. And it's February 8th.
That's her birthday?
It's February 8th.
Her Burge Day.
It's Happy Burge Day.
We're going to have to do a whole tribute.
Sponsor
us, Mary Steenburgen.
Yeah, the Burge, listen, the Burge has really played a very large role in my life. Just a North Star. We go as the Burge goes.
We do.
And guys,
Chart your course.
chart your course.
By the Burge.
By the Burge.
Title.
I mean, you just got some splaining to do, but yeah. So she responded to Jeff, and honestly, just by the transitive property, I feel like she reached out to me, but because
She knew.
she knows.
She knows.
Yeah, so we'll be keeping up with you guys on Burge Day coming up February 8th. So just mark your calendars.
Mark them.
Let's bake a cake.
It's a big day. We'll come up with a special recipe.
What can we get the Burge to just speak pipe us like a Burge Day message?
You know what?
I'm gonna see if we can.
We're on it. And if we can get this whole community,
Rally around the Mary.
just bug her.
Yeah.
Praise her for her accomplishments.
Yeah, and also say-
invite her to come on the pod.
And also say, hey, listen, while one member of this podcasting duo might have a colossal crush on you and has always, he also has tremendous respect for Ted Danson.
Yes. We love Ted Danson.
Yeah, and so I would never step on Danson's toes.
Oh, no.
He's a sweetie pie, and I would never
Also
do
a
anything
treasure.
a treasure. And
Treating a
you
treasure.
know what? That's why they are the treasure trove of the century, those two. The Burge and Ted Danson. You know?
Sponsor us, Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen.
Sponsor us.
So that she never figured out who the Burge was. And I knew you would have been so disappointed.
Well, I would have said something.
Yeah, I know.
Because I will not abide.
I won't abide it.
I will abide a lot of things. I will spend 8 hours in an Apple store without saying anything negative. But if you so much as if I catch a whiff of you disparaging Mary Steenburgen, if I catch a whiff of you having anything other than glowing positive remarks about the Virgin Mary, don't you do it. This woman is a blessing to the both of us.
She is a blessing to all of us.
To the all of us.
So at the very end of the film, the guy goes, "Hallelujah." But it wasn't like, "Hallelujah, it's over." It was like genuine. Like
that's how he celebrates.
"Yay." But then here's the worst thing. I stand up. I turn around to get my coat. You know what they're doing?
Are they smooching?
Smooching.
Yeah. They sound like smoochers.
Smooching.
They sound like
I have
smoochers.
my 9-year-old daughter with me. We're at a symphony.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to tell you? I think these people had been indulging.
Oh, well,
Little bit.
sure.
Little bit extra.
Sure, yeah.
And I think that's what it was.
Coffee and syrup. Listen,
Coffee and syrup. Mailroom
so
syrup.
here's the thing. You started out and everything about them says older people. But the smooching gives me pause.
I don't know exactly how old they were. They were not far from our age.
I was
is
about
what
to
I'm
say,
saying.
I was about to say 30, well, not far from my age, 38.
No, I would say upwards. I would
Oh,
say
you think
old,
older?
slightly older than
See,
we
they're
were,
in a
maybe.
weird no man's land. They don't make sense to me.
I know. It was confusing, is what I'm going to say.
They're also old enough to know who Mary Steenburgen is. I'll tell you that right now. Like if I talked to a youth, if I popped on TikTok today and said, "Hey,
TikTok.
TikTok,"
Did you like that wheeze I just did?
pretty good. If I just popped on TikTok today and said, "Hey, TikTokers, we're gonna have a poll. Who's Mary Steenburgen?" I don't expect a lot of people to know.
No, I don't expect any.
But if you're
17% max.
But if you're in your 40s,
You should know.
you caught the crest of the Burge on the way up.
You did.
You caught the crest of the Burge. And I'll tell you what, a fine wine, the Burge, because when you go back to what she would have thought at the time was primo Burge, no, that ain't it.
Agree.
That ain't it.
She's lovely.
She's lovely. She's a treasure.
She's a treasure. But guys, I want to let you know we had a great time at ELF. But also learn to behave yourselves at live performances.
Yeah.
Do us all a service.
Do us all a solid.
And do not smooch
No smooching.
with your special friend when there's children about. Don't do it.
Don't do it. It's undignified.
It really is. So I want to tell you that I went to Incredible Pizza on Saturday.
Yeah. How was it?
I don't like Incredible Pizza.
The answer to that question is incredible, and you really blew it. I would have also accepted incroyable, but not incredible.
I'll tell you, it's incredible for the kids. So we were going for Asher's end of season football party.
Sure.
And one of the parents generously paid for the team. Such a gift.
You gotta love a post sporting event.
Don't you?
Pizza party.
Don't you?
It's hard to beat.
Oh.
Hard to beat.
And this was so generous. They paid for the games, the food, the
Holy
attractions,
cow.
right? Because at Incredible Pizza, guys, there are rides in there.
Yeah, there are. It's
There's
incredible.
A roller coaster.
It's incredible.
Laser tag.
Yeah.
Bumper
pew,
cars.
pew, pew. That was bumper cars.
But I could just feel myself contracting the norovirus.
Yeah, no, it's all this
Germy.
and stuff just sitting out. And I just spit right on you when I said that.
It's fine.
Bet you're missing your pantyhose right about now. That
needs context. For
yeah, the pantyhose for her face.
I used to have this thing that I was around my mic that would
It's called a pop filter, but she called it
panty.
pantyhose.
It looked like pantyhose.
It's and also, man,
Producer's wearing it over his face right
He
now,
is.
trying not to get sick.
yeah, he's about to burgle. He looks like he's set to burgle.
Robbing a bank later.
But no, it's very gross. Like a buffet can be okay if well maintained and regulated, but an Incredible Pizza, it feels like it's just sitting out.
I'm super grossed out by a buffet of any kind, really.
It's like all those old memes about Chuck E. Cheese where they're like, please come on down and eat yourself some lukewarm pizza that's been sitting out for 7 hours at our child casino that has a rat for a mascot.
Sponsor us, Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Churst. We used to go there after Ben would get haircuts when Snippets was down there by it.
That's a special day.
Dude, we would go.
It's going to blow a kid's mind.
Check this out.
Okay.
Check out what kind of day this was.
Okay.
Take Ben on of a Saturday.
Sure.
Down to Snippets.
Okay.
Get a little high and tight. Get a boy's reg. Get a little high and tight with a hard part.
Yes.
We walk out, and then we walk 2 buildings down to Toys R Us.
Oh my goodness.
We pay Jeffrey the giraffe a visit. We go in, which also feels a little in there, which is why it's not there anymore. But
sponsor us, Toys R Us.
Sponsor us, store formerly known as Toys R Us, and we would go in.
Sponsor us, norovirus.
We're really putting it out there today. We'll buy you Crunch Bars at the Country Club pool.
Be our friend.
Be our friend, and we'll give you sweets, beautiful candies. Beautiful candies and Route 44 Dr. Peppers. That's 44 ounces of sugar water. Anyways, God, that Brandon's a nice dude. Where does he get all his money? How's he buying all of these candies for everyone?
Meanwhile, the money isn't real.
Meanwhile, put it on my card.
Put it on my tab.
Thanks. Anyways, so down to Jeffrey the giraffe. Maybe scoop up like a little toy.
Lego set,
perhaps. And then
perhaps.
hop in the car, drive right around the corner. Chuck E. Cheese.
That's the kind of day dreams are made of.
Bing,
when you're
bang,
a
boom.
kid.
That's also like a day straight out of the 1980s.
That's like hundreds of dollars as well as a parent.
Well,
It's a spency day.
Chuck E. Cheese was not. Chuck E. Cheese was actually pretty cheap.
I guess if you're going as a single.
Because he wouldn't eat there. We didn't eat. We just played games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, it's not like you're
spend
hosting a
spend
party
like 10
for
bucks.
15 children.
We'd spend like $10, and honestly, I would spend way, way more if we had a tab at Chuck E. Cheese, but we don't.
Put it on my tab,
Put it
Chuck.
on my tab, Chuck.
Hey, Charles, why don't you get a supreme pie for my friends over here?
Charles F. Cheesington. Cheeser tongues.
Cheeser tongues. So one other thing I wanted to mention. Well, one thing that has happened is that Hope is on a new soccer team called the Warhawks.
Okay. It's a very intense name for a bunch of little children playing soccer.
It's indoor soccer. It's exciting. So that's one thing we did. But Jeff, I'm all over the place right now, but I'm reading the agenda.
See, that's the thing. Your thread is impossible to follow. You just needed to go to the Apple store to find me. I was in one place.
All weekend.
One spot.
So Jeff crushed it on the food front this
Yeah,
weekend.
he did.
Jeff is a great cook and he enjoys cooking.
Yeah, he does. You know what he enjoys more than cooking? Washing dishes.
He does.
I've never seen a human unable to just immediately go to the dish pit and start washing dishes. It's
I'm
like
a
his
lucky lady.
it's his therapy. It's
I'm a
crazy.
lucky lady. Not only does he cook the meals, he doesn't mind cleaning up after them. In fact, He enjoys it.
He cooks, he cleans, he keeps his mouth shut at Elf. He knows what a man is supposed to do.
This is true. But so I want to tell you a couple of the things that he made this weekend. Jeff Engle, he's an Enneagram 1, for those of you who like Enneagram stuff, which means he's always thinking he can fix something and make it better.
He's been trying to fix me for years.
Stop it.
It's going horribly.
Stop it. But no, he'll look at a recipe and go, I kind of like what that says, but you know what? I can do that better.
I completely relate to that.
Yeah, you do. Like your chili last week.
And I did not make it
I didn't make it better. But so Jeff finds a recipe for zucchini soup.
I got so much feedback, by the way, about how my chili ideas were the worst. I just want to read you one of them real quick, and then I will let you get back to your story. 5, 6, 12 minutes on this.
Okay.
And then that's it. It was from Brendan, and all it said was...
No, I knew that was coming.
All it said was, let me know if you need chips on your chili, you name that I will not say on this pod.
We don't
He said,
cuss here.
I was convinced you were going to say you added some kind of jelly, which is not that far off. Anyways, go ahead.
I knew he'd have something
So
to say
Jeff,
about
he
it.
will deviate from a recipe.
So zucchini soup, and he's like, I'm making zucchini soup. Immediately my mind goes to like a gazpacho, like a cold
Like
soup.
a cold summertime soup.
And I'm not here for that.
I don't like cold soup. It just makes
don't
me
want
feel
it.
like my soup's been sitting out long enough that it's gone cold.
I
My
don't want it.
soup's gone cold. I'm wondering why I made zucchini soup.
But he made this soup and it was delicious. It kind of reminded me of like it was better than like a cream of broccoli type soup, but that was the vibe. It was very comforting. It was light.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll share the recipe with listeners.
Listen, but here's the rule. We'll give you a recipe, but you're not allowed to make it exactly as it says. You have to Jeff Engle it a little bit. You got to
to
bring
add anchovies.
You got to bring a little anchovy to
And
the party. Anchovies, coffee, and jelly.
Sponsor us zucchini soup.
God, sponsor us, barf chili.
Oh, that's exactly right. Speaking of chili, I've got a creamy crockpot white chicken chili in my crockpot today.
Going right now, bubbling away.
I'm excited. Do you know, I know air fryers are all the rage.
Oh, they're all that in a bag of chips.
And they're great.
They're great for what they do.
But in the wintertime, what's better than coming in after a long day away?
Oh, yeah.
You got something in the crock pot.
Oh, yeah. This house smells like meat. You know?
Or just something good.
No. Meat.
All of your memories are meat based.
Yeah. And I came home yesterday that we had a nice
roast?
pork loin. Like it was a pork, like a big pork shoulder, pork butt. And it was going, it was all seasoned up. Oh, ate it with some
better
slaw
than
last night.
that?
It was great.
Ooh, slaw.
It was wonderful. It was one that Lindsay made. It was great.
I'll keep you posted on that white chicken chili. Because here's what's happening, guys. You are asking for show notes.
Chow nuts.
And we're putting stuff in there and you guys are responding to it.
It's wonderful.
Links for stuff we talk about, recipes, lists that we do. And we're going to lean into that.
Okay.
So last week I shared my top holiday movies. I did FTK for the kids and I did a grown-up list. And you said that you essentially agreed with my list. Did you have any additions or changes?
I was told by Lindsay that she was appalled that The Holiday did not make your list.
Sure. I do enjoy The Holiday.
But it wouldn't have been on mine. So to answer your question, I feel pretty strongly that your list would be very similar to mine.
Okay. Lindsay's right. I'm glad you brought that up because I hadn't, if only the title of that movie had something to do
I know, right?
with Christmas, then I would have thought of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to blame the Benadryl that I was on last week.
Yeah, sure.
I do enjoy that movie. I
Blame
really
it
do.
on the Benadryl.
That's right.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor Benadryl. And our friend Amber reminded me of Christmas Chronicles. Have you watched that with Kurt Russell as Santa?
Yeah, I don't like it.
I sort of enjoyed the first one.
I don't like it.
Second one was abysmal.
Goldie Hawn's face got more interesting between them.
It did. And I think
And
if
that's
she
what
were
I'll-
here,
that's what I'll
we
say.
would tell her that to her face.
And to her very interesting face. And you know what I would
love
say?
Goldie Hawn.
What I would say, I do too. But what I would say to every single actress in Hollywood, I would say age gracefully. And then I would say, Exhibit A, Mary Steenburgen, do it like the birds do it.
Birch. Always bringing it back to the birch.
Age like the birds.
So another movie that I forgot, and Crindy reminded me of this, and what was I thinking, except that I am the only person in my home who really loves this movie, and it's White Christmas.
Yeah.
It is in my top 3, but I'm the only one who watches it. And I was thinking of everyone else and their preferences, and I should have remembered it.
Yeah.
And so sponsor us, White Christmas.
Sponsor
My
us.
apologies.
No, it belongs on there for nostalgic purposes, for sure.
You also brought up Spirited.
Yeah.
And you said it was FTK.
No, I said there's some language.
Okay. Well, we started watching it last night. And I would say probably not FTK for kids who are like actively watching. Because you mentioned that Benny will sit with you guys while you watch and like read a book or something. Because he just wants to be with you, but he may not be into the movie. And so I get that. But if you've got a kid that's actively watching, beware of Spirited. Not only language, but mature themes.
It was good.
It was good. I'm not quite finished with it.
So you don't know if it was good.
But it's good so far. I'll tell you what this about it. It's long.
Yeah.
I was shocked at how long it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, Spirited.
Spirited. You know, I spent the last 2 days in an Apple store, and that's an Apple movie, and I saw Spirited ads all day long. So at this point, I have one or of two choices. It's either I love Spirited because it's been drilled into my head, like I have some form of Stockholm syndrome where it's like I've just come to identify with my captor,
Yes.
or I hate the idea of Spirited because I was just bombarded with it all day for 2 days.
Plus, you know all the choreography.
I did. Ugh, God, sometimes I just dance my frustration out.
You were doing it earlier. Okay, so because you guys are doing show notes and you're giving us feedback, which we love, feedback, we are going to incorporate a new segment called Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. And this is where we'll talk about stuff we're into currently or stuff that, like sometimes I'll experience something during the week and I think, I want to share that with the listeners.
Yeah.
So here we go. So the first one, this time of year, I don't know about you guys, but holiday gifts are kind of a thing, especially if you have people like teenagers sometimes are really hard to buy for. And so I have found holiday gift guides to be helpful to me in this season. And so I found some good holiday gift guides through a podcast that I listen to called the Big Boo Cast. This is with Melanie Schenkel and Sophie Hudson, and
Sure,
they do these
Sophie.
holiday gift guides.
Classic Sophie. No, it's classic Sophie. This is,
Sophie.
I haven't even heard the story yet. And I know this is classic Sophie.
They're so helpful. And
Sophie helpful.
So I'm going to put a link to their holiday gift guides. They have gift guides for teenage boys and girls and for men and women. And so I'm going to post that because I've actually gotten some really good ideas from that guide. So that's going to be on the miscellaneous link in the Choi Notes.
Send them to me because I will not type them. I will copy them and I will paste them.
No, I know. So another,
Maybe one of these days, producer will start doing the Choi Nights for us, but not until then. Just I will copy and
well,
paste.
it's just easier, buddy. You do so much. You really do.
You do
You're really doing
less than nothing.
But I have all the information. It's just easier for me to send it and you copy and paste.
Sure.
So another gift that I think would be great for someone on your holiday list is a wine, because I love a red wine, specifically a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Savignon.
Cab Sav.
Cabin Sauvignon.
So one that I found that I absolutely love is the Decoy Cab Sav. And I had it at dinner the other night. My friends took me to dinner for my birthday. And it's a delicious, beautiful bottle of wine. It is in the $20 to $25 range. It's delicious.
It sounds delicious. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Hillary. What was her name?
What?
Holly? What's the lady's name on the podcast?
Sophie and Melanie.
Sophie. Classic.
They didn't. This was not from them. This is from me.
Oh, well.
Thank me.
I will do no such thing.
So another fun thing that I've been following with my daughter, and I feel like Ben would love this, is an account on Instagram called Mini Kitchen India.
Okay.
It is a full kitchen setup. Full kitchen.
But is it mini?
Everything is like tiny. And so you'll see a steak simmer in a pan with like butter. They put and you're like, oh my gosh. And then you see like somebody's fingers.
Oh, weird.
And the steak is like the size of their finger.
But it looks like it's real until you see something in it for scale.
It's totally.
That's fun. I will look at that.
Mini Kitchen India on Instagram.
I won't show it to Ben.
Why not?
Because
He'll want to do it. He'll want to build it.
He's got an irrational fear of tiny things.
It's false.
It's weird.
It's a phobia.
I've never seen anything like it. Anything small, he's out of here, mister.
This is not true. So one more thing that I want to share with you guys is my shacket.
Oh, I love a shacket.
We've been talking about our love for a shacket.
Love a shacket.
Jeff is experiencing a shacket renaissance.
He looks good in it. He looks good in everything, and it's infuriating.
He does.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that guy in the last couple of years has built a real collection of cardies and shackets.
Yeah. He last year into the hot tub he wore a cardigan, and this year into the hot tub he wore a shacket.
For suds and buds.
Soaking in a shacket, suds and buds.
So this shacket is great. I'll tell you, Crindy and Harry got it for me for my birthday. I have worn this shacket more times than I can count in the last 3 weeks. Anytime Winterman O'Houlihan shows up.
Shacket time.
Shacket time.
Shacket season.
Shacket cheese.
It is.
And so I'm going to provide a link to this one. It's from Amazon.
Yeah.
And you can get it depending on the pattern and the size from $19.99 to $41.99. It's a steal.
I love it. Listen, I see two things on the agenda that I'm going to touch on real quick before we bounce out of here.
Okay.
One, I love that your friend Dave, hi Dave, heard my Michael Caine impression, thought it was trash.
He didn't think it was trash.
It was trash.
He just gave a pro tip.
He gave a pro tip, and that is if you say the words my cocaine, it sounds like you're saying Michael Caine, my cocaine. It's like saying Michael Caine.
It's good.
It's like when you say rise up lights, it sounds like you're saying razor blades in Australian.
Yeah.
Rise up lights.
Yeah.
Right?
That's good.
It's a good one. So there's that. The other one is, dear friend, Amanda.
Friend Amanda. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda. She provided some very extensive notes on the feedback on the pod from last week. And I don't care if you accept the position or not. You are now officially our newest field producer. So welcome.
Welcome to the team,
Welcome to
Amanda.
the team, Amanda. If you didn't want the job, you shouldn't have given such good feedback. So this is really on you.
We've got field producers all over the place, you guys. We have a field producer in the Dominican Republic named Maddie, who gave us a great accidental text.
Nice segue.
And I thought,
you've been complimented.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm pausing to tell you thank you. So I thought we'd do this accidental text a little bit different. Let's try something new as a reading.
Oh, okay.
I'll play Maddie.
I was really wanting to play Maddie.
Okay, you play Maddie.
I don't want to play Maddie.
Okay, I'll play Maddie. And you're going to play the person who texted her.
Okay.
Okay. So it begins this way. This person, Brandon, texted Maddie a pic of a lovely glass of red wine. Was it a decoy Cab Sav? Maybe.
Maybe.
So Maddie says, "Can I have some?"
And this is my line. I'm Nancy. Isn't this Jessica? Nancy? Isn't this Jessica?
No, Nancy. It is not Jessica, but I do like wine.
That was me LOLing. LOL. This wine has a complex and rich and harmonious taste. I guess you will like it too.
You have a lot of good wine vocabulary. It looks like it's a red.
LOL. We have the same interest. Maybe we will become friends. My name is Linanxi.
My name is Wanda. It's not.
I am from Beijing and currently live in Manhattan. How about you?
I live in Oklahoma.
Beautiful place where I've been on business trips. Great place to live and live. What?
That's the best part of it.
Wait, to do what? To do what though?
To live and live.
This text message brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department, where we say everything twice.
I just snorted. Anyway, that was the best part of that. And once again, guys, we love that. What was funny is that Maddie sent me a screenshot of this conversation and she said, "Still texting, will update later," which I appreciate the conversations. But guys, you got to know, if you respond to these, they're going to keep coming.
It's like feeding raccoons.
They're going to get weirder and weirder.
Don't feed a feral cat.
Don't feed the
They'll
trash
keep
pandas.
They'll keep texting you.
They'll keep coming back.
Yeah.
That's right. So I want to give you guys a quick update from our Friends in Need fundraiser.
Yes.
We launched this on Giving Tuesday, and we set up a Venmo because that's the quickest way to get the funds to our friends on Guam. Speaking of field producers, our field producer, Mindy, on Guam, and her family had this program called Friends in Need where they serve the unhoused population in their local park. They serve them a meal once a week. So we're coming together as a family. We have this Venmo. You can find this information on our social media. We created a slide. But the Venmo that you're going to want to send your money to, even if it's just a couple dollars, guys, because what we've already been able to accomplish is amazing. You're going to want to send that to at David-Wilson80. And you'll know it's him because his photo is the Guam flag.
Oh, and we all know what the Guam flag looks like.
It's blue with a picture on it.
Got it.
So, you know you can trust it. But We're just so grateful, guys. We're going to do the big reveal and tell you how much we've raised. But so far, we've been blown away by your response. And we're going to keep this going throughout the holiday season. And so keep sending your money, even if it's just a couple dollars. Coffee money, when put together in the big pot, is gonna really do some good this season. So we're so grateful.
Totally.
Thank you for that. So, what you been watching, reading, or listening to this week?
Lots of Christmas movies.
Same.
Did Elf, did Four Christmases, did Daddy's Home 2. So that's kind of been
So
our
good.
week this week. And it will continue. I've been listening to Noah Kahan's newest record called Stick Season.
He's
It's
great.
really, really good. He is a sad boy musician, and I
Love it.
love
I'm
to
here.
listen to a sad boy.
All the way here for it.
Yeah. So those have been my things that I've been doing lately. What about you?
We've also been doing all the holiday things, but I do want to bring up Willow.
Have you watched it? Is it out?
We tried.
Is it bad?
Tell the listeners your response when Jeff texted you about Willow.
What did I say? I'm one excited daikini.
One
about
excited
it.
daikini, which is their word for humans. Guys, it's bad.
Bagel cut. I love the word burgle cut. Anytime someone burps and it sounds extra gross, I go, ugh, burgle cut.
Because we used to watch the Willow movie.
Willow.
Mad
Mardigan.
We used to watch it on a loop when we were children.
So good.
Guys, this is not good. Sponsor us, Willow, the
You
series.
should have known better than to try to do it with just Warwick Davis and no Val Kilmer.
It's not good. And it's the next generation. It's Mad Mardigan's children.
No.
It's not good.
You know how I feel about
we
it?
Tried.
I'm mad about it.
Right.
As mad as Mad Mardigan.
Samesies. So we've been doing that. I've been listening to a lot of Christmas music. Of
course you
I have been reading things about a sermon that I'm working on for the upcoming
She works at a church, guys.
weekend. Stop
Did you
it.
know it?
Quit it right now. So anyway, that's it. What's your warm heart?
Man, I feel like, I'm going to say this. Even though I was kind of spicy, I will say that some of the people were very kind to me at the Apple store.
Thanks, Geniustas.
And I'm really scraping the bottom of the barrel to find a warm heart this week. And so the fact that Apple geniuses were kind of nice to me is my warm heart.
That's it. Sponsor us, Apple.
Please.
Man, I've said a lot of sponsors.
You really have.
I'm sorry. So
What's yours?
My warm heart is the thing that I'm holding right now. These were handmade for me. They're fingerless gloves. My friend Jenny made these for me for my birthday out of the special yarn. And every time I put them on, it's like a warm hug.
She's going to feel so dumb when she realizes you
fingers.
actually have fingers and those aren't going to work. Hey guys, thanks for listening to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts.
They're wonderful.
Give us a like, a share. Just get it out there, y'all. And help Guam. All right.
Help Mom. We love you guys.
Oogie. Bye.
Bye.